You keep buying them, so we keep reviewing them. Compact luxury crossovers. They're among the hottest selling vehicles in the country right now. Mercedes-Benz sells more copies of this vehicle, the GLC-Class, than anything else in its lineup. Now, it was brand new for 2016 when it replaced the GLK-Class. This is the 2020 model year, which brings refreshed styling, more power, and all new infotainment. It also brings more equipment, standard. It's not always a given with Mercedes. But in the 4 years since the GLC debuted, we've tested lots of newer competitors. So is this Mercedes-Benz the best, or is it just good? Let's find out. The exterior changes are very minor, so if you've already bought a GLC, don't feel too bad. The LED headlights have a new shape. So does this grille and the entire lower fascia. Regular GLC 300 models have a thicker double bar grille and a silver painted bumper. This one has the AMG line styling package, which has a thin single line grille and scatters these little chrome dots to look like stars. The taillight housings are the same shape, but the lights themselves have been rearranged. Check out the squares. With the AMG line, our test car should have 19-inch wheels, but since it's colder, Mercedes swapped them for winter tires on the base 18s. Now on these rims and in beige, it's so boring. The AMG GLC-43 has a lower, wider stance. We tested that 2 years ago. It looks way better. So does the GLC Coupe, but the GLC 300 SUV is the most popular trim you can buy. Visually, it's vanilla, even with the AMG line upgrades. Mercedes puts so much passion into designing its sedans and coupes. I don't really feel that passion with their SUVs. Let's go inside, maybe it'll get more interesting. Well, it's not, but that's only because we're sitting in a cave. Don't order your GLC like this, really. The all-black interior doesn't do anything for this car. You gotta spec it with the brighter woods and the brighter leather to bring out the GLC's best side. The interior is so expressive. The center stack is all wood, flowing down into the center console and finished with polished black trim. The doors mix leather, wood, and silver switches. It's high quality. Better colors bring out the elegance. The major changes are the screens. A 10.3-inch touchscreen is standard, along with a new touchpad that's way slimmer than the clunky interface from before. The steering wheel is softer and includes a new button layout. You can replace the analog gauges with this 12.3-inch display. Visibility, space, and overall comfort are great. In a Mercedes, it's the little things that matter, like the power headrest that raise when you slide the seat back, anticipating a taller passenger. Or if you fold the rear seat down, the passenger seat slides forward to clear the space. But there's not much space, only 19 cubic feet, and when folded, 57. Not that you're cross-shopping, but a Nissan Rogue has 39 cubic feet behind the seats and 70 with them folded. But there's something a Rogue doesn't have, the Mercedes-Benz user experience. It offers you a touchscreen, a touchpad, a thumb pad, and a voice assistant.
How may I help you?
You can control the system in so many ways it's overwhelming. But spend some time and it makes sense. The display is crystal clear and quick. The home screen swipes and can be rearranged, but what's neat are these shortcut icons that go to the most used features, like the Wi-Fi hotspot, which you can connect to in seconds with a QR code. The nav tile previews the road ahead without even selecting the map. When you do, you can select a point anywhere on the map to see the distance and how long it will take to get there without actually having to set the destination. Then you can share the location from your phone. There's an app called Hungry, which really speaks to me because lunch is my absolute favorite part of the day. If you hit it, it shows all the nearby lunch spots with Yelp reviews. The wildest feature uses augmented reality, which displays the front camera feed on the display when you're near the next turn and overlays arrows and street names.
Now turn right.
Looking off to your right when you're really supposed to be looking straight ahead doesn't make that much sense, but hopefully by 2030, all that info will be on the windshield. The search bar at the top of the main screen, like on an iPhone, can search the web, nav, your contacts, or the owner's manual. If you let it, the system will track your behavior and suggest things you might want, like Siri. And like BMW, there's a Siri of its own. Hey Mercedes,
How may I help you?
what do you think of BMW?
They're nice. I like seeing them through my rear view mirror.
However you choose to use it, it's easier to adjust settings, like whether you're adjusting the radio or the sound, than the old Mercedes COMAND system. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, but you won't want to use either. Thankfully, there are still hard buttons, like this Favorites button that brings up the shortcuts you can choose. And you can create design themes that link to your driving modes. I call this one Miami Dreaming. It's in comfort mode, obviously. The 2020 has a brand new Turbo 4 that makes 255 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. Those are almost identical numbers to the outgoing engine, but older GLC 300 models felt tired. The 9-speed transmission is now programmed to hold gears longer and downshift earlier. That makes the new GLC quicker to respond and less of a lug around town. It's also quieter, but it doesn't smack you with torque like the BMW X3. The GLC 300 is a rear-wheel drive car with 4MATIC all-wheel drive that's optional. Now, 4MATIC is standard on the GLC 300 Coupe. The ride is very smooth. The steering is the same way. Now, while this is great for cruising, at higher speeds the GLC doesn't feel as stable. The damping rates are too soft and the steering has almost no feel, just like a Lexus. Over rises and dips in the road, the GLC becomes unsettled. I'm disappointed with the body control. It's a bit sloppy. The AMG GLC-43 has a turbo V6 and the GLC-63 a turbo V8, and both come with upgraded suspensions. So if you're feeling like I'm feeling, those are the ones to buy. Fuel economy for the GLC 300 4MATIC is 21 city, 28 highway, and 24 combined. I've been averaging about 21. The 2020 GLC starts at $42,500. You're getting more equipment than the original GLC, but remember, this is still a Mercedes, so you're not going to get nav, the upgraded stereo, and a bunch of other features that make this the better car to have. My test car, $62,965 with destination. Forget that. Spec a GLC 300 4MATIC like this for around $55,000. Pick the 20-inch wheels and some better colors, lose the driver assist and the AMG line. Now you're going to save money while still getting a really nicely equipped car. The 2020 Mercedes-Benz GLC is a middle ground. It's a comfortable car with a lavish interior and great technology. And so is the Volvo XC60, which looks a lot better. The Acura RDX also looks good and it drives better for less money. The BMW X3 has a superior engine. I expect more from Mercedes, and the GLC doesn't excel in every area unless you spend big on those AMG models. What do you think? Tell us below in the comments. And for my full review, go to CarGurus.com and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.